Hello and welcome, I'm Reece, and here's what happened this week. Taiwan celebrated its National Day on October 10th. Every year, the presidential office holds a light show in Taipei to mark the occasion. The show has a different theme each year and draws large crowds. Wesley Lewis went along to check it out.
This elaborate lightscape is held annually during the week leading up to Taiwan's National Day on October 10th. It's the Presidential Office Light Show. Every year the show is different. Hundreds of people are here to see this year's theme, Together Stronger. It features Taiwan comics and a special focus on Zhuge Silang, Taiwan's first hero comic, a colorful story that draws inspiration from Chinese folk stories and the wuxia genre, offering a unique experience for viewers.
有很多很经典的漫画，然后音乐也很好听，
蛮精彩的，觉得很好。
The building is lit up for 10 minutes, a total of 12 times between 6 and 10 p.m., every night leading up to National Day. This year's National Day marks the 113th anniversary of the Republic of China. That's Taiwan's official name. The opening ceremony this year included performances by local artists and a speech from President Lai Ching-te.
在蔡总统任内，特别推动总统府建筑光雕展，就是希望能够用不同的主题，对土地表示敬意，也呈现多元的文化。
Tonight's wet weather is not ideal for the light show. What's more, the opening ceremony was originally scheduled for October 5th, but was postponed due to Typhoon Kraton. But those in the crowd have not let the delay rain on their parade.
去年也是超这种天气，后来有下一点雨，这样蛮凉爽的。
它就下一下子就停了，就还好，不影响那个。
它其中有一些画面，它刚好有打雷也有下雨，我觉得还蛮契合的。
The Baroque-style presidential office building featured in this show is over a century old, built during the Japanese colonial period in Taiwan. It now stands as one of the country's most enduring national symbols, providing an ideal backdrop for this holiday event that aims to spotlight Taiwan's unique history and culture. Joseph Wu and Wesley Lewis in Taipei for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwan's Vice President Bi Kim-hsiao has joined forces with Olympic boxing champion Lin Yu-ting to inspire the next generation of women leaders. Harel Hughes tells us more.
On International Day of the Girl, dozens of people have gathered here in Taipei to meet some of Taiwan's top women leaders, including Vice President Bi Kim-hsiao and Olympic gold medalist Lin Yu-ting. Xiao telling the crowd how Taiwanese women have demonstrated incredible leadership potential that is critical for the future, especially for Taiwan.
就是韧性，就是我们能屈能伸，我们碰到困境，我们被打压，但是在该有爆发力的时刻，我们是能够展现自己的 power， 这就是一种台湾的精神。那我相信也是很多女性在从事各个专业领域，在各行各业都需要面对的。
Today's event, called Being Dazzling, is organized by Taiwan's Ministry of Education to encourage women to pursue their goals, despite the challenges they may face. A goal highlighted by Olympic boxer Lin Yu-ting in her address.
无论外界如何评价，我们都有改变自己的命运的勇气以及力量。最后，勇敢不是天生的，而是来自于每一次面对挑战的选择。
Speakers here may come from very different backgrounds and fields, but there's one thing they all have in common. They're among the best at what they do. And they all have a clear message. Women need to be and deserve to be leadership, not just here in Taiwan, but around the world. Justin Wu, Jeffrey Chen, and Harel Hughes in Taipei for TaiwanPlus.
New findings released ahead of World Mental Health Day show the alarming impact of stress on Taiwan's workforce. A joint survey showed that 76% of Taiwanese workers said workplace stress has negatively impacted their mental health. The majority of those surveyed said they would like a more flexible work environment and more mental health leave. Taiwan has been showcasing a new domestically made rifle called the T112. As Rick Glowert reports, it is a part of Taiwan's multi-billion-dollar efforts to revamp and modernize its military in the face of a rising threat from China.
target practice with Taiwan's latest domestically produced combat rifle, to be rolled out in the tens of thousands as the country modernizes its military in the face of rising threats from China.
主要是在这一把新的枪，它缓冲力比较减缓，然后再来它在精度上也比较提升的比较高，然后再来就是它可以依照我们的人体工学的部分，在前握把及后握把的部分都可以依照个人的时需就来做一个调整。然后我们也在这个脚架上，我们也可以做一个地形的一个变化来做使用这个脚架的部分。
It's going to replace a service rifle that's been in use for nearly 20 years. The updated weapon is meant to be more reliable, more durable and more accurate than its predecessor. The T112 was designed and developed here for the Ministry of National Defence's 205th Armoury in southern Taiwan, one of the largest weapons factories in the country. Most of Taiwan's smaller weapons are produced here, and this latest rifle is costing the country more than $250 million. This is just a small part of the $20 billion Taiwan has allocated to spend on defence. The amount recently raised as the country looks to counter increasing aggression from China, which claims Taiwan as part of its territory.
密进入金门禁限制水域，严重破坏区域和平稳定。
Taipei has also lengthened conscription. The country is pursuing what's known as asymmetric warfare, strategically using weapons and other tactics that could help it ward off a foe that outguns and outmans it.
最重要还是我们说过的不对称的武器，如飞弹啦，或者是其他的无人机这些部分。那只是说这个 rifle 这个个人武器，也就是逐渐的渐进式的增加改善。
This rifle may soon be used by thousands of young Taiwanese as they enroll in mandatory military service. It's hoped that the new design will allow those conscripts to train more effectively and more quickly, preparing them for an eventuality when they might be called up to take up arms in defence of their country. Luffy Li and Rick Lauert in Kaohsiung for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwanese manufacturing giant Foxconn says it's building the world's largest facility for making NVIDIA's GB200 superchips. It was a key announcement at the company's annual Tech Day, but much of the anticipation was around its latest electric vehicles. Louise Watt reports.
A rock star welcome for an electric bus. This is one of two new electric vehicle prototypes that Foxconn unveiled at its latest Tech Day. Better known for making iPhones, the Taiwanese company is trying to drive new areas of revenue and hopes models like this will find favour with markets at home and abroad.
A VIP shuttle or a mobile office? Not a problem. By removing the interior elements and the changing seating arrangement, we then turn it into a 21-seater bus for daily transportation.
As well as the bus, Foxconn unveiled its Model D, with an estimated range of 800 kilometres on a single charge. For the past 5 years, the company has been building prototypes, then trying to find car makers to put their own brand on them. So far, they've only partnered with another Taiwanese firm. This is the Model C, an SUV designed by Foxconn that went on sale in Taiwan earlier this year. It's the company's first passenger EV to make it to market. And it's in a significant boost, the company has announced that this slightly adjusted Model C will be unveiled in the United States by the end of next year. Foxconn says they designed it in conjunction with as yet unnamed American partners. Its plans to enter the US market come as Chinese EV makers face trouble there. The Biden administration is moving to diversify the US EV supply chain away from China. And that comes on top of hefty tariffs on Chinese EVs from both the US and EU, which accuse China of giving its car makers unfair subsidies. Some industry observers see an opportunity for Foxconn.
Well, I think the most important thing is that the U.S. government is restricting Chinese technology, not Taiwanese technology. And if they are able to utilize more Western suppliers, this could allow them to enter the United States pretty much tariff-free. If the price points are low, like we've seen with the Foxconn vehicles, then this could be a real opportunity, a real potential win for them.
Seeing its electric vehicles on US roads would be a major milestone for a company that is not a traditional car maker. And with Chinese companies facing high tariffs, this time around, geopolitics may just work in favor of a Taiwanese company. Klein Wong and Louise Watt for TaiwanPlus.
The Matsu Islands are repurposing and renovating cultural treasures, not just to bring in more visitors, but also to preserve local memories that are starting to fade. John Van Trieste has this story.
房间号码，这是18号。
Cultural worker Wang Hua-ti guides a tour group through a tea house that once gave military officers and their men a place to relax on a tough assignment. Through the Cold War, the Matsu Islands, just off China's east coast, were part of Taiwan's first line of defense against communist invasion. And in Wang's own lifetime, these islands were a world apart, only coming out of isolation and martial law in 1992. These days, the islands have transformed into a tourism magnet. But Wang is part of a movement to preserve memories of how things used to be and to keep alive a special island fortress identity.
我们有一个很强烈的一种世代的那个记忆的断裂。我的这一辈，我们的这一辈跟我的上一辈，他经历过这样的一个整个过程战地的这个背景的流程。但是我的下一代，如果尤其是在1992年后出生的这一些孩子。 他对他来讲，那个年代是跟他来非常遥远。
This isn't an easy task. There are a lot of now abandoned sites to protect. Here on the island of Nangan alone, there are 95 coastal defense batteries. Until recently, efforts to repurpose them were unregulated and full of failures. But the years since 2018 have seen a more sensitive approach, with help from the Culture Ministry. These days, a coalition of architects, artists, and concerned locals discusses what's to be done with old sites and installs public art inspired by them to enhance visibility. One conservation success story is Site 26, a project by architect Zhang Zhengyu. Her modifications to the site won her an architectural award earlier in the year. Since first visiting Matsu in 2017, she's become deeply involved in thinking about how to present the island's heritage to newcomers.
在设计的时候，我们的确是有意图的，想要把人在这个动线的过程当中慢下步来，然后透过这个框洞去看到，你跟村庄的关系。
For local cultural officials, these projects are a way of reclaiming agency on a group of islands whose story has long been shaped by the winds of change from the outside world.
我非常非常希望从战地转移下来是一个艺术岛。我们一直被环境，被政策。 被政治，而产生一个样子，那个样子其实从来都不是马祖自己。那么，什么才是真的马祖呢？
And while not everyone appreciates some of the more artistic aims of the program with its new artworks alongside old monuments, islanders are always happy to see more visitors, an important source of income and vitality.
还 OK 吧，我觉得至少它的背后也有马祖2个字，然后对啊，然后就是说让那个区块的游客变多，游客变多了以后，其实让地方也就活络起来了。那我觉得这是非常正面的，这是非常好的。
With many of these refurbishment projects and art installations finished in recent years, there's plenty to see, both for first-time visitors and even for locals. New ways to explore a very special group of islands. Fu Huaheng and John Van Trieste for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching. Here's what happened. I'm Reece. Take care, and we'll see you next time.